Hi everyone, this is Awesome with Sun Fun Kits. I just want to make a brief video regarding some questions we have gotten via contact, and some people have concern with the way the new wires are supposed to be oriented. So just want to give you a brief overview. It's very simple. You'll route the wires from the top this way so that the wires are pointing towards and the head's pointing that way, and the same thing for here. What this allows you to do is you can tighten the bolts this way, and then using a socket wrench on the other side, just hold it in place so that you can do that. The goal is to make sure this is a very tight, snug fit. Make sure you have some Loctite in there, and for the most part, when you're done, this should be good. And we've tested this up to 190 amps for an hour. It'll hold. Don't recommend you run that high. So if you keep your amps, within under 100, you should be perfectly fine. But this is as tight as it can be. As far as the black wire, like I said, the one's a shorter end and one's a longer end. That's why you put one here and the other one here. And really, all you need to do is just sandwich it in place. And with this longer wire, it should be easier to maneuver. So if we do that, you can see that we are able to get it in place, and should have no problem bolting down the screws. Again, hand tighten these. You don't need to use a power tool. Unfortunately, we've had some customers contact us say, well, I stripped it out. In that case, really the only thing that can be done is we have to send a replacement top plate. So it's something, if you can all avoid, please do that. But we're gonna go ahead and show you that when you orient the wires correctly, you should have a nice flat finish without too much fuss. Do this one. Okay, and like I said, you can tell when it's done. It does not need to have like a impact drill or any sort of power tool to go in. Let me see here. Okay, I might need to pause this for a second. This one's having I'm having a little trouble aligning it, so I'll resume it in a second. Okay, now that that's back on there, so we can just tighten it down. Okay, now as you can see, almost a dead straight perfect seal, both all the way around the battery. So that's all you really need. In our next video, we're actually going to show you how to water seal this if you wanted to, just using basic components. We use basic hardware, home improvement type stuff. This is stuff what we use. It dries clear, and basically what you do is on the inner lip of the lid, you just run it across, and when you plump the lid on, just wipe the excess off with a wet paper towel. And the same thing for the screws up top. Before you put the screws up, you will put some of this on, and as you screw down, the excess will come out, and again, just wipe it off with a wet paper towel. And once you do that, you pretty much have a water sealed battery. Again, it's not something you recommend that you throw water at it, because you can get some rust from here, and it's not necessarily going to be from this, because this is stainless steel and that's brass, and they're for most part resistant. But brass is an alloy of iron and copper, so you got to keep that in mind. So it can get a little rust, and in that case, what you would want to do is just put some petroleum jelly on your connector once you have it all bolted up. Or they even make these rubber boots that go in here, and we'll make another video with showing this in depth on how that is done. And you know, that by doing that, you can, for the most part, make this battery as water resistant as if it had been, you know, fully glued by us from the factory. Okay, thank you.